The rain lashed Chicago's highways on April 15, 2025, a relentless spring storm turning the asphalt into a mirror of blurred headlights. Elaine Wilson, 25, gripped the wheel of her used Honda Civic, her knuckles pale against the worn leather. Her shift at Goldstein and Associates had stretched past 9 p.m., tax day chaos keeping her at the office organizing client filings. Drive safe, Elaine, Martin, the senior partner, had called, his rare praise warming her as she dashed through the downpour. Now, her windshield wipers fought a losing battle, and Grandpa Frank's voice echoed in her mind, "Safety first, kiddo." She slowed, cautious, her hazel eyes scanning the road. She never saw the pickup truck until it was too late. Headlights swerved across the median, a drunk driver, later confirmed with a blood alcohol level twice the legal limit, barreling into her lane. Elaine's heart lurched. She yanked the wheel right, a desperate bid to avoid collision. Metal screamed, glass shattered, and airbags exploded in a blinding white. Her car spun, slamming into the guardrail with a bone-rattling crunch. Pain erupted, her ribs, her leg, her shoulder. Blood trickled down her face, warm and sticky. Rain pounded the crumpled hood as sirens wailed faintly, fading into darkness as she lost consciousness. Elaine woke to the sterile beep of monitors in Chicago Memorial Hospital, pain slicing through her with every breath. Her left leg was braced, her right arm immobile. Dr. Montgomery, a tall man with a calm voice, loomed over her. "You've got 3 broken ribs, a fractured femur, a dislocated shoulder, and a concussion," he said, checking her chart. "There's internal bleeding we need to address surgically, but there's a complication with anesthesia due to a past reaction. We need family consent for the alternative protocol." "Who can we call?" "My parents," Elaine croaked, giving their numbers. Nurse Heather, kind-eyed and steady, dialed Arthur and Janet Wilson. Voicemail. Again. Elaine's messages grew desperate. "Mom, Dad, I'm at Chicago Memorial. I need surgery. Please call." An hour passed, the pain sharpening as medication wore off. Her phone buzzed, a text from Arthur, "Can't this wait? Busy with the Henderson showing. Call tomorrow." Elaine stared, disbelief numbing her worse than the pain. Her parents, the polished real estate power couple of Lincoln Heights, couldn't be bothered. Heather's face flickered with shock, quickly masked. "Let's try someone else," she said softly. Elaine gave Grandpa Frank's number. At 74, he lived 45 miles away in Elmhurst, but he arrived in under 50 minutes, his silver hair disheveled, his eyes wide with worry. "Ella, my dear girl," he said, clutching her hand, his weathered fingers warm against her cold ones. He listened intently as Dr. Montgomery explained the surgery, asking sharp questions about risks and recovery. He read the consent forms thoroughly, signing with a steady hand. "I'll be here when you wake up," he promised, kissing her forehead. His muttered words lingered as they wheeled her away. "I don't know what's wrong with that son of mine." In the haze of anesthesia, Elaine's mind drifted to childhood. Piano recitals with empty seats, birthdays with late parents and no apologies, microwave dinners alone while Arthur and Janet networked. "Business first, Elaine," her father would say. "It's for your future," her mother echoed. Only Grandpa Frank showed up, flowers for her 8th grade graduation, a purple journal for her honor roll. His love was her anchor, but now, as the hospital lights blurred, a new resolve stirred. Her parents' neglect wasn't new, but this betrayal cut deeper. Something had to change. As Elaine slipped under, a text buzzed on her phone, unnoticed in the rush. "They're lying to you. Check the insurance." The sender was unknown, a shadow in the storm, setting the stage for a truth Elaine wasn't yet ready to face. Elaine woke in recovery, her body a map of pain, the sterile hospital air heavy with disinfectant. Grandpa Frank's silhouette was a beacon in the dim room, his silver hair catching the monitor's glow. He stirred, glasses slipping, a crossword half done on his lap. "Welcome back, kiddo," he said, his voice warm. Elaine's throat burned from the breathing tube. "My parents," she croaked. Frank's face tightened. I called. Left messages. They haven't responded. The words stung worse than her ribs. She saw childhood nights alone, microwave dinners while Arthur and Janet networked. Business first, Arthur would say. Only Frank showed up, flowers for graduations, journals for achievements. Now, their absence after her near-death crash was a fresh wound. Dr. Montgomery entered, his face calm. Surgery went well. We stopped the bleeding, set your leg. You'll need therapy, but recovery looks promising. Elaine nodded, her mind on the text she hadn't seen. Heather, the nurse, slipped in with a pudding cup. Your grandpa's a rock, she said, checking vitals. Elaine's phone buzzed on the tray. She fumbled, pain shooting through her shoulder. The screen glowed, they're after your money. Check the policy. No sender name, just a number. Her pulse quickened. Grandpa, look at this, she said, showing him. Frank's eyes narrowed. Who sent this? He asked. Elaine shook her head, fear creeping in. Was someone watching? Over 5 days, Frank became her anchor, bringing soup, pajamas, and stories to distract from pain. Her parents texted on day 2, hope you're better. Busy with listings. We'll visit soon. They didn't. Elaine's heart sank, but the mysterious texts gnawed at her. She recalled her father's insistence on helping with her insurance 2 years ago. Had he tampered with it? As discharge loomed, Dr. Montgomery warned she couldn't manage her third-floor apartment. Frank spoke up, she's staying with me. Guest room's ready. Elaine's gratitude mingled with dread. What were her parents hiding? Frank's ranch-style house in Elmhurst was a haven, its single-story layout perfect for Elaine's recovery. The guest room was a sanctuary, pillows for elevation, a fridge stocked with juice, a bell for emergencies. Don't hesitate to ring, Frank said, his smile steady. Elaine settled in, crutches awkward, her body aching but her mind racing. The mysterious texts haunted her, check the insurance. She hadn't told Frank about the second message, not wanting to worry him, but the seed of doubt grew. Cassandra, Elaine's neighbor, brought mail from her apartment, including medical bills and insurance statements. Elaine's savings were dwindling, her totaled car and rent a burden. As she sorted papers, a call to her insurance company revealed a shock. Your parents contacted us 3 days after the accident about settlement options, the representative said. They're listed as financial proxies. Elaine's stomach dropped. I never authorized that, she said. The representative hesitated. They were added 2 years ago. Memories flooded back, Arthur, helping with her benefits, his insistence she didn't understand. Had he forged her consent? She called him, hands shaking. Why are you on my policies? She demanded. Arthur's voice was smooth, just practical, Elaine. We know the system. She pressed, you're after my settlement for your business. A pause. It's a family business. It benefits you. She hung up, sobbing, the betrayal crystallizing. Frank found her, his face darkening as she explained. This ends now, he said. My friend Alan, a retired lawyer, will know what to do. That night, another text arrived, they're meeting someone tonight. Lincoln Heights Cafe. 8 p.m. Elaine stared, heart pounding. Who was this? Why help her? Frank's voice broke her thoughts. We'll figure this out, Ella. But the text's warning lingered, a thread pulling her toward a truth she wasn't sure she could face. Elaine couldn't shake the text's urgency. She showed it to Frank, who frowned. Could be a trap, he said. But we need answers. Against his better judgment, he drove her to Lincoln Heights Cafe, parking across the street. Elaine, on crutches, stayed in the car, her heart racing. Through the cafe's rain-streaked window, she saw Arthur and Janet with a man in a slick suit, Vincent Cole, a developer known for shady deals. Their conversation was animated, Arthur gesturing to a folder. Elaine's gut twisted. Was this about her settlement? Frank snapped photos with his phone. They're up to something, he muttered. Elaine's phone buzzed. That's Cole. He's dangerous. They're planning to use your money for his project. The sender's knowledge chilled her. Back at Frank's, they called Alan Reynolds, a silver-haired lawyer with sharp eyes. He arrived, briefcase in hand, and reviewed the texts and photos. This looks like fraud, he said. If they've forged your signature on a deal with Cole, it's serious. We need your financial records. Elaine's memories stung, missed recitals, late birthdays, Arthur's mantra, business first. Now, they'd turned her accident into a financial opportunity. Alan outlined a plan, new accounts, legal notifications, a power of attorney for Frank. They've crossed lines, he said. We'll stop them. That night, Elaine dreamed of the crash, headlights blinding, but a voice whispered, they wanted you gone. She woke, gasping, the texter's warnings echoing. Was the crash an accident or something more sinister? Alan returned with a stack of legal forms, his voice calm but firm. We're removing your parents from all accounts, he said. Elaine nodded, her resolve hardening. Jessica, her financial advisor friend, joined them, poring over statements. They've accessed your auto insurance and inquired about your apartment lease, Jessica said, shocked. They're trying to control everything. Elaine's anger flared, but so did her strength. She'd built her life, a paralegal job, a modest apartment, without their help. They wouldn't take it now. Frank dug into Arthur's business records, finding a contract linking the Wilsons to Cole's Oak Park development. Elaine's name was on it, her signature forged. They plan to funnel your settlement into this, Frank said, his voice tight. Elaine's phone buzzed. Cole's dangerous. He's done this before. She showed Frank, who called the police. Sergeant Ruiz, a gruff but kind officer, took their statement. We'll investigate Cole and the forgery, he said. Stay safe. Elaine's therapy sessions with Dr. Rivera began, peeling back layers of neglect. They've never valued you, Rivera said. You're breaking free. Elaine clung to Frank's love, his stories of sanding furniture, his pride in her. But the texter's identity gnawed at her. Were they an ally, or something else? As she drifted to sleep, another text arrived. Check the crash report. It wasn't random. Her blood ran cold. Was someone targeting her? Elaine shared the latest text with Frank, who contacted Ruiz. The crash report revealed a twist. The drunk driver, Michael Holt, had worked for Cole's company. His death wasn't just a tragedy, it was suspicious. No skid marks, Ruiz said. He didn't brake before crossing the median. Elaine's heart pounded. Had Cole, or her parents, orchestrated the crash to silence her? The thought was unthinkable, yet the text suggested it. Heather, now a friend, visited with cookies, her eyes wide at the news. Your parents are ruthless, she said. Elaine's memories flooded, Arthur's dismissive, that's nice, honey, at her promotion, Janet's deference to him. Only Frank's love had been constant. Alan drafted cease and desist letters, removing Arthur and Janet from her accounts. Elaine signed a power of attorney for Frank, her trust in him absolute. Another text, meet me. Park at 10 p.m. Alone. Elaine hesitated but told Frank. I'm coming, he insisted. At the park, a figure emerged, Lydia, a former partner of Arthur's, fired years ago. Cole's using your parents, she said. They forged your signature for his deal, but he's dangerous. I'm warning you because I owe Frank. Her eyes darted nervously. Before Elaine could ask more, headlights flashed, and Lydia fled. Elaine's phone buzzed. You're in danger. Trust no one. The sender wasn't Lydia. Lydia's warning echoed as Elaine and Frank returned home. Why help us? Elaine asked. Frank frowned. Lydia and Arthur fell out over a deal. She's no saint. Elaine's phone buzzed. Cole knows you're onto him. Watch your back. The texter's knowledge was uncanny, their anonymity unnerving. Was Lydia playing a double game? Ruiz called with news, Cole's link to Holt's death. Suspicious payments in his account. Elaine's fear spiked. Had her parents known? She confronted them via text. Did you know about the crash? Janet replied, don't be dramatic. We're helping you. Arthur was silent. Elaine's memories of their neglect, missed graduations, cold dinners, fueled her resolve. She wasn't their pawn anymore. Alan uncovered more. The Oak Park deal involved laundered money, with Elaine's forged signature tying her to it. If this goes public, they'll blame you, he warned. Elaine's therapy with Rivera strengthened her. You're reclaiming your voice, Rivera said. Frank arranged a meeting with her parents, Alan as witness. Elaine prepared a blue folder of legal documents, her heart pounding. The texter sent one last message, they'll lie. Record everything. Elaine set her phone to record, ready to face the truth. Arthur and Janet arrived at Frank's house, their polished exteriors masking unease. Arthur's khakis bore his company logo, Janet's blazer screamed professionalism. They froze at Alan's presence. What's this? Arthur demanded. Elaine, on crutches, faced them, the blue folder on the coffee table. You forged my signature, she said, voice steady. You tried to steal my settlement for Cole's deal. Janet's smile faltered. We're helping, honey. Arthur scoffed, you're ungrateful. Elaine slid the folder forward. These remove you from my accounts, revoke your authority, name Grandpa as my power of attorney. Arthur's face reddened. You're disowning us? Elaine met his gaze. You abandoned me first. In the hospital, after the crash you caused. Janet gasped. We didn't. Elaine played the recording, Lydia's voice exposing Cole's plot. Arthur lunged for the phone, but Frank stepped in. Enough, Arthur. Alan spoke, sign, or face fraud charges. Arthur signed angrily, Janet tearfully. You'll regret this, Arthur spat, storming out. Elaine's hands shook, but she felt free. A text buzzed, well done. But Cole's coming. The sender's game was unclear, but danger loomed. Ruiz raided Cole's office, finding documents linking him to Holt's death and the forged deal. Your parents are cooperating, he said. They claim they didn't know about the crash. Elaine doubted it, her trust shattered. Lydia vanished, her warnings now suspect. Was she the texter, or a pawn in Cole's game? Elaine's recovery progressed, crutches replaced her wheelchair, her shoulder ached less. She moved to a ground-floor apartment, Cassandra's find, her independence growing. But Cole was out on bail, and a new text chilled her, you're next. Stay away. Frank fortified his house, his protectiveness fierce. Elaine's therapy with Rivera uncovered deeper wounds. They never loved me, she admitted, tears falling. You're enough, Rivera said. One night, a car idled outside. Elaine's phone buzzed, it's Cole. Run. She woke Frank, who called Ruiz. Police arrived as the car sped off. Elaine's fear peaked, but so did her resolve. She'd expose Cole, protect herself, and honor Frank's love. The texter's identity remained a shadow, their motives a dangerous puzzle. 6 months later, Elaine stood in her new apartment's patio, sunlight warming her scars. She'd returned to work, her paralegal skills sharpened by her ordeal, earning a promotion to specialist. The trial against Cole revealed his orchestration of Holt's crash to silence Elaine, her settlement a pawn in his money-laundering scheme. Arthur and Janet, facing charges, pleaded guilty to fraud, their empire crumbling. Janet sent a letter, hinting at regret, but Elaine kept her distance, her boundaries firm. The texter was revealed, Lydia's sister, seeking revenge for Arthur's past betrayal, using Elaine to expose him. Her motives were selfish, but her warnings saved Elaine. Frank remained her rock, their weekend dinners a ritual of pot roast and cribbage. Cassandra, Heather, and Martin formed her chosen family, their support unwavering. Elaine hiked again, her body strong, her heart healing. As she watched the sunset, Frank beside her, Elaine reflected on the crash that nearly took her life. It had shattered her illusions but built her strength. "You taught me what family means," she told Frank. He smiled. "You always knew, kiddo." Elaine's journey, through betrayal, danger, and truth, had forged a life of courage, defined not by blood, but by love chosen freely.